Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Welcome to How Riddler is Riddler. Since comic book characters can be written by many different people and appear in many different pieces of media, there isn't a definitive version of a character. Just an unwritten list of rules for how they should look, act, and be written. Except, I wrote that unwritten list, and am now reviewing different Riddlers to see how Riddler they are. Here's a list of rules. I don't have time to go through all of them individually, so you're going to have to pause to read them yourself. This time we're looking at the One Bad Day take on Riddler, a series that tried to give a handful of villains their own killing joke. An interesting concept, but let's see how true to the character it was. A bit short, too. His chin matches his head. Eyeshadow doesn't count. Should help with sunburns. Now, since he has a vest, this is a free-piece suit, but I am not that literal. Not one. Not one on his tie, hat, or even on his suit. No cane. Does this Riddler even like question marks? I'm not even sure if his outfit has a secondary color, but if it does, it's a lighter shade of green. No cane at all. There isn't a scene of any henchmen except this guy about to be shark food, so just try and ignore that. Anyway, you could say that this man is wearing a green suit, but I think it's just how the comic is colored. Batman's black glove is green, so we don't have any proof that he's wearing green, so he's just a guy in a regular suit. This comic's dialogue is too casual at times. Riddler would not say man, but yes, he is smug. He's putting an end to the game between him and Batman. He's not playing one. It's never brought up, and he doesn't even seem insane, just callous. He hurts the one guy who actually seemed to like his gimmick. He left the riddles, so he says Batman could have a chance, not due to a need for the city to know who did it, or for a compulsion to riddle in general. Certainly sure he can't lose, but not a you aren't smart enough to defeat me, and more a I don't expect you to come after me since people will die. And there's also no claim of foul play. The whole comic is how he gives up fighting Batman and riddles. He says he had a part in crippling Barbara and belittles what happened to her, but that's really the only time we see him insulting anyone. He appears on a screen, but doesn't say anything. His plan is to make it so that no one can hurt him, so he can do nothing. His entire goal was to be left alone, to stop being the Riddler. If you want a story where he stops being a villain, why don't you write one where he reforms and becomes a detective? You know, so he can have a challenge, something to show how smart he is legally. Okay, I'm going on a rant now. He doesn't get the point. People know what he's doing, but not because he's announced it. He turned himself in and broke out. He kills a man, turns himself in so he can tell Batman he's not allowed to hurt him anymore. Yes, he wants to pose Film Freak's body, but the most complicated part of that is cutting him up for the movie he's going to show. Riddler's plan is to tell Batman all the details about his plan. Beaten for not scoring high enough. Kind of the opposite to him being hit out of his parents' envy of his intelligence, but still abuse. Apparently, that's also why he left riddles for Batman in the first place. I've already gone on a rant, let's move on. I will begrudgingly give him this point as he begins to enjoy riddles after he hated them. We don't see anything, but it seems like he became Riddler right after high school anyway. No proof of this. Now for the evaluation. Where do I begin? Let's start with Riddler's goal. Ending the game between him and Batman. Now this is a fine goal for him, but a horrible motivation. If Riddler wants to end the game, he should try to do it to show Gotham how smart he is, or he has reached a breaking point after one too many defeats, and needs to show himself that he's as smart as he says he is. But this version does it because he's gotten bored. Bored of Batman, bored of playing, bored of riddles. I repeat, the Riddler has gotten bored of riddles. Riddler getting bored of fighting Batman is fair, but he has to fight Batman. He's obsessed with proving that he's smarter. Alright, now what could they have done with the idea of Riddler's killing joke? The original killing joke is the Joker going through great lengths to prove a faulty point, that being that anyone can become as insane as he is after one bad day. And Batman forces him to see that since Gordon was still sane after everything he was put through, the reason Joker is insane is always just himself and he's been hiding behind excuses. My proposal would be Riddler trying to prove that Batman is more compulsive and insane than he is, and that he is actually sane. To do this, Riddler has to make his most lengthy and tedious plan yet, kidnapping hundreds of people, each with a riddle and a death trap to free them, hidden throughout the city, reasoning that Batman cannot possibly not save them. But, scared that his perfect plan will be bested by Batman cheating and ruining his moment of triumph, he comes up with a backup plan. And then, another one. Riddler makes contingency plan after contingency plan. Anything that could go wrong is written down and memorized, with the irony being that any effort Riddler puts into proving Batman is insane just works to show how compulsive he is. This point is made clear to him as Batman offers him a chance at redemption. Riddler's pride refuses to let him admit he has a problem, and his compulsiveness refuses to let him to even attempt to fix the problem, being trapped within a cell even if he's not in Arkham. If you feel I've made a mistake in my evaluation, or if a Riddler you'd like to see reviewed, tell me. I might not get to him soon, but I plan on doing as many Riddlers as possible, so I will get to him eventually. Thank you for watching. Good file.